He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Hey, it's Unfiltered Journey here, and today we're going to get into some things. And the things that we are going to get into is Austin Metcalf's background in history. I want to give a source credit to CBS News Texas. Now let's get into it.
Both prosecutors and the defense in this case presented their case using a motion for a new trial hearing to expose the violent backgrounds of both Anthony and Austin Metcalf.
JD Miles has been in the courtroom all day, and he joins us now live with the latest. JD, there is a lot to unpack here.
There was a private off-the-record agreement between attorneys for Karmelo Anthony and prosecutors to keep the sordid backgrounds of the killer and the victim out of the ear of the jury and the public, to focus solely on the murder trial and what happened under that tent at the Frisco High School track meet last year. But now there's in this motion for a new trial, the background reports are being released, and the defense is going first, releasing 20 pages now of Austin Metcalf's behavioral history. Karmelo Anthony was dressed in a suit and tie for this morning's hearing, which began with the defense arguing that efforts by the trial judge and prosecutors to combat threats and deal with disruptions actually prevented Anthony from getting an open and fair trial. But bombshell testimony came this afternoon from Anthony's trial attorney, Mike Howard, about Austin Metcalf's background report that was never presented to the jury. CBS News Texas has also learned new details about Austin Metcalf's background. Metcalf and his brother Hunter were once caught spray painting graffiti, including KKK Kill All Blacks and Heil Hitler, along with the N-word, and were sentenced to 12 months of juvenile probation.
That is an absolute hate crime. So you can see right here how they have been taught extreme hate. KKK, that's a white supremacist group. Hitler, of all people, straight hate group. So take that as you will. You are what you present to the world. This is what these guys have presented to the world, and their parents upheld them. But we're going to dig in more.
Records reveal they reportedly told authorities, "We did some dumb stuff. We did some vandalism." There are several documented instances of Austin using racial slurs in school, and in 2023, Austin was accused of bullying a black student in class. In 2018, while still in elementary school, Austin and his brother were accused of bullying and assaulting a female, which led to his arrest. During an argument in 2024 with another female student, Austin allegedly knocked her to the ground and punched her in the stomach. He was also kicked out of a football game and texted someone later, "I was about to beat the expletive out of those kids."
Okay, so his behavior coincides with the whole statement that people said, that he stated that his hands were bisexual. Does his actions not confirm that statement? He's not only is he bullying male children, he's also bullying female children and beating them. So exactly what the statement said, his hands are bisexual, which means he don't care if you are a female or a man. When he gets angry, he's going to put hands on you. Not alleged. This is his history. Let's continue.
At a previous track meet, when another student alerted Austin that someone not on their team, quote, "behind our bench was talking wild," Austin reportedly replied, "Kill that MF." During the 2023
That is such rage and hate. Someone's talking and your first conflict resolution is to kill them? Not my words. According to CBS Texas, this is what they reported on. But I'm going to let it play some more.
24 school year, he received in-school suspension twice. School disciplinary records from April 2022 to May 2024 reveal that Austin reportedly called a teacher the B word and used profanity. He told a school official that he couldn't control it and wasn't aware that it was coming out of his mouth. In 2020,
that sounds like somebody that has a serious problem. He does not respect authority. He does not respect his fellow classmates. If things don't go his way, he will go to the extreme. Clearly, this is in his behavior. This is who he is. This is who he presented in the world. That's who he came out to be in the world. And I hate that people feel like because someone passes away, that you can't speak on the person that they presented. If you want to be presented as a good person, present that to the world. Be a good person. But just because you pass away or you get your life taken because of your actions of this world does not disappear. That's who you are. That's who you presented yourself to be, which ultimately led to your demise.
Before, on at least 5 occasions, Austin saw a counselor regarding his anger and rage during a football game. In 2021, he got banned from attending basketball games for a season after yelling profanity at a player. Metcalf also got suspended after he and another student were talking about bringing a gun to school the following day.
So this guy was talking about bringing a gun to the school and he wasn't arrested? He could have taken so many lives because as we know and as we are aware in the United States of America, mass pow-pows are very prevalent. It's so normal now that it's just another headline on the news and no one took this serious, and people are wanting to say that Karmelo Anthony started this after his record shows. This is his record. This is who he presented himself to be. And as you present yourself to be something, that's who you are. Time after time after time, this is his record. And you guys hold Karmelo Anthony responsible for defending himself? Because that's exactly what this is, in my opinion. He literally stood his ground and defended himself. And that bully just ran up on the wrong one or the right one. Because it seems to me that he was a thug. Call a thing a thing. Call it what it is. He was a thug. And I'm just going off what he presented, his actions to the world. He was the definition of a thug. And one thing about me, I don't care what color you are. If you are a criminal, you're just that, a criminal. What do you call a rabbit? You call a rabbit a rabbit. So what do you call a thug? You call a thug a thug. And this is exactly what he was. He was terrorizing people time after time after time. And people had the clues and they did nothing about it. And they took this trial and they did it again. They swept everything under the rug and they bulldozed Karmelo Anthony instead of putting the mirror up to their face and said, you know what? His actions led to this. Unfortunately, it led to his demise. But him doing these things, beating on people, going straight to deleting someone because they were talking? Are you kidding me? That's your conflict of resolution of deleting someone. There's no excuse for this. And for them not to present this, which I don't think that Karmelo Anthony's defense team did anything for his benefit. The only thing they probably did for his benefit is to be lackadaisy about this case, which sparked the attention of the nation. Like, did you even try? That's what made this case was like, no. We're not going to go through this. Something clearly wasn't right. The way they rushed the case, the way they literally just pushed it through the justice system as quick as you blink your eye. And that's not suspect. Let's continue with this.
Well, we understand that prosecutors, meanwhile, they do have a 75-page character dossier on Karmelo Anthony, which they promised to present as well.
Well, they definitely want to make sure they let us know about Karmelo Anthony. Bring it on. Because even though Karmelo Anthony may have a past, bring that up. But when he went to the school, he was liked by many. He didn't have any history of bullying anyone at the school. He was the captain of his football team. He had a 3.7 GPA. Compare that with Metcalf, Austin Metcalf background, where he continuously terrorized every place he was around, him and his brother. And according to who he presented himself as, 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, he was definitely the aggressor. And even if allegedly his brother started it, that was right up his alley to finish it. And unfortunately, I don't know if they're being taught this, but when you bully someone, you never know the outcome, which is why bullying is not cool. Bullying is not funny, because that bully can also run into a bigger bully. So if you teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves, to not be a bully, and they go out there and they bully people anyways, that's on them. This is the outcome. There's always outcomes. No matter what choice you make, there's always outcomes or consequences to your decisions, however you want to look at it.
Document shows that on the morning of stabbing, Anthony sent out a text saying that he was, quote, low-key on the verge, and that his girlfriend went to their school principal to complain that he had been stalking her because she broke up with him.
Austin Metcalf said what he was going to do, and he acted on what he was doing. Beating up people, supporting hatred, supporting hate groups, clearly, and that's okay. Oh, that's an upstanding citizen. Be for real. And I think when you don't be for real with us, because we already know the truth, be for real with yourselves and your family, because this can be an outcome for a whole lot more people. When you teach your kids hate and you think they're going to go out in the world and they're going to dominate people, they're going to run into a person that's going to dominate them. And if you want to keep your kids safe, you better let them know that. Keep your hands to yourself. Bullying is not cool, because when you run up on the right person, you will be getting bullied. And that will be their problem, not the other person's. According to Google, court records and evidence presented during legal proceedings related to Karmelo Anthony trial hearings indicated that Austin Metcalf was alleged to have choked his mother and assaulted his father, alongside other disciplinary and behavioral issues. So guys, let me know if you already knew this information about Austin Metcalf's background, or was this something new to you? I'm gonna leave this right here, and this is the Unfiltered Journey. That's it, that's all. I'm out.